ready to try some flavorful noodles? Hi, it's Angela. I introduce the best local food and keep you healthy. Today I'm at Crafty Ramen, Guelph. So we're going to try some authentic Japanese noodles. You ready? Follow me. Let's go. Oh, hi, good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for being our guest. So, could you introduce yourself and tell me about your stories? Yes.
After you, Mickey.
Okay. I'm Mickey Farrell.
Yes.
A co-founder and the VP of operations at Crafty Ramen.
Yes.
I'm Jared Farrell. I'm the co-founder and the executive chef of Crafty Ramen in Guelph, in Kitchener.
Okay. So, tell me about your story.
So I'm a Japanese immigrant.
Yes.
And we came to Jared is from Canadian, and his family lives here. And we were living in Japan,
Yes.
and then came to Canada, moved here about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes. Then we kind of wanted to open a ramen shop to share Japanese food and culture.
Yeah, like Mickey said, I've been a chef since I was about 16. So when I was finishing up my chef's apprenticeship in Vancouver, about 14 years ago is when I met Mickey when she was in Canada learning English. We ended up moving back to Japan together, getting married, and then we traveled a lot. We worked on a super yacht together, and I was the chef and she was the chief stewardess. And then about 6 years ago, we decided that it was time to put some roots down on land, and Guelph was the obvious location because of my family being here. So we moved back here and we opened up Crafty Ramen.
Wow, that's nice. We have authentic Japanese food here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So could you tell me a bit, like Nikki? So what's the typical traditional Japanese cuisine like, and how it contribute to healthy lifestyle?
So traditional Japanese dishes. So we eat rice.
Yes.
And then miso soup.
Yes.
And usually pickled vegetables.
Yes.
And some kind of a protein. Protein
Yes.
can be like a fish, like a grilled fish, or stewed fish, or can be meat, either
Yes.
deep fried or those stir fried. And so we have a very good balance of kind of a meal. That's kind of we say like we have like 5 items. So rice, miso soup, those pickled vegetables, and the main protein, and usually something we call okazu, like steamed vegetables or something kind of else.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that's typical kind of a traditional Japanese dish, and they are very like a low in added sugars or like a low in fat, so that makes Japanese, I guess, traditional food
Okay.
is very healthy.
Yeah.
I think that's contributing many people find the Japanese
Yeah.
dish is very healthy
Yeah.
diet. Yes.
Yeah, I do enjoy Japanese food. That's why I'm here.
Yeah,
so,
me too.
So how does the crafty reflect on the traditional Japanese food? Like, how do you?
Well, I think that one thing Mickey didn't mention that's important about Japanese food is that it's also very seasonal. Like the
Yes.
Japanese take great pride in the 4 seasons.
Oh, okay.
And also regionality,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And they're also known, and they are very innovative people. So we tried to, when we designed the Japanese, the menu for Crafty Ramen, we tried to follow 2 pillars, which are, in our mind, the 2
Yes.
main pillars of
Yes,
ramen
yes.
in Japan are regionality
Yes.
and innovation and
Yes.
originality, right?
Okay.
So that's where we're trying to do Canadian ramen. We're trying to do localized ramen,
Localized, yeah.
using inspiration from Japan in the
yeah.
techniques and the flavors and stuff like that. We're using local ingredients as much as possible
Yes.
to produce bowls that are tailored to our local community, which is exactly what you would find in Japan. You go to different regions, there's 37 different styles of ramen in Japan, based on what's available in those local areas, and we're trying to mimic that with what we do here.
Oh, okay, great, great. So you put two things together and make it such a perfect combination.
Try to, yeah.
Yeah, yes. And the ingredients so important.
Of course,
Yes, locally sourced.
Yeah.
So it's healthier.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's more environmentally friendly. It's localized. You know, it's healthier. It's healthier for everybody, the planet as well as the people.
Yes, yes, totally agree.
Yeah.
So how it's been a journey? You started this business. You must have a lot of challenges and also enjoyment, right?
Yes.
So how do you enjoy it? How do you overcome those challenges? Like,
Yes, it's when there are challenges, we just have to overcome. That's how.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to note here that we've got a fantastic team around us.
Oh, you have
and
a fantastic team.
a really great team that have been with us from the beginning, some of them, and what new ones come on, but a lot of our team have been with us from the beginning. And they're very enthusiastic about the brand. They're like family members now. So together, with a good team around you, you can overcome anything. And then also, of course, the community support. We wouldn't be here without the community that has always supported us from day one. Like even before we opened, we had a fantastic following on social media, the journey towards us opening. And then the very first day we had a lineup around the block, and since that we've been busy here. So without the support of the community, like we wouldn't be here for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've supported us through COVID and continue to support us today through our meal kits, grocery lines, expanded restaurants. So.
Oh, okay, okay. So, what do you see yourself, the business, in the next 5 years? Like.
Well, grocery stores across North America. We want to be certainly across Canada, nationwide, into grocery stores with our kits and our hot sauce and our chili oil, our noodles and stuff like that. Currently, we are being taken on by Whole Foods as one. Plus, we're in about 100 small grocery stores across Ontario right now. So, hopefully, by the end of the year, we're across all the way into Vancouver and Quebec. And then we want to see restaurants expansion as well. So we're looking at some locations in Toronto right now.
Yes.
And you know, hopefully in 5 years' time, we've got nationwide restaurants and we're in grocery stores from coast to coast. So
very ambitious.
Very ambitious. Yeah, we've always has been. But with the right team around us and the support from the community, then we think that we can make that happen.
Yeah, yeah. And so I wish good luck with your business, and I can see it's going to happen.
Thank you.
Yes. So what do you define a good meal? How do you define a good meal? Like,
we defined our food is rich in nutrients.
Yeah. Nutrient rich. Yeah. Define a good meal? I think it's got to be entertaining and purposeful.
Okay.
Right. So you know, and comforting. Right?
Yes,
like especially ramen. Ramen is supposed to be a comfort food. So consistency is a big thing, and also like nutritious, like Mickey's saying, nutritious ingredients. So you leave feeling like you've got nutrients and substance to you. But it's also got to be kind of entertaining, right? Like food's got to, like, whether it's the way it's presented. We try to be a little bit fun with our naming of our foods and like the our little miso bots that we put in there and stuff like that. So that's the entertainment aspect. So I mean, it's kind of. That's the beautiful thing about food, is that it can hit all the senses if it's done right. You know, it hits the mind with the purposefulness. You can feel a sense of community if you know where the ingredients come from.
Okay.
And then obviously it's nourishing too.
Oh, okay.
And also we put effort in like interior design, like people feel like home. Ramen can be very foreign food to some Canadians. If they never tried ramen or any Japanese food. So we want to make sure when they enter to the restaurant, they feel like, you know, I'm comfortable here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so they can try food like in their comfort situation.
Yeah, very welcoming environment. Yeah, and Mickey's does a really good job of creating that.
So you think delicious food in a comforting environment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel here.
Yeah,
I feel very comfortable being with you guys.
Perfect.
And later I'm ready to try some food as well.
This is our rich chicken and duck broth. So this takes about 24 hours to make.
Hi, Jared. It smells so good here.
Thank
I'm
you.
ready to try something. So, what are you making today?
I'm going to do our Big City Smoke,
Yes.
which is a new bowl that we just put on the menu.
Yes.
I'm going to make Mickey's family recipe of
Wow.
our pork gyoza.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do our spicy niggy vegan for you.
My mouth started getting watering.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
ready.
good. Well,
okay.
I
So
hope you enjoy.
Yeah, I like to see how you make it.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
so first off, this is these are our house-made, handmade gyozas. This is Mickey's family recipe. So we've got this little gyoza machine that we bought from Japan. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil in there. So these are sort of pan-fried and steamed at the same time, which is a technique that's pretty unique to Japanese. So those are on, right? I'm gonna take my pork belly. So this is miso and maple glazed slow roasted pork belly. I'm gonna put that in the steamer. Then I'm gonna start my tofu. So this is a soy marinated tofu that we sesame crust. Now while that's happening, we're gonna grab a couple hot bowls here. And this one's gonna get our miso tale. That's all, everything here is house made. And then we have a burnt garlic and roasted sesame oil on top of that. This is umami powder, which is made from the dehydrated ingredients of our veg stock. All right, now we've got our shio tale and our spicy sesame chili oil on that one. Our bowls are nice and set. I'm gonna put my noodles down. So our house-made ramen noodles, we make these with an artisanal Ontario flour right here in the shop with a machine that we imported over from Japan. So I'm gonna get those in, set my timer. While that's coming along, I've got this is our rich chicken and duck broth. So this takes about 24 hours to make. And then this is our veg broth, which is a 3-step process with kombu, shiitake mushrooms, and grape tomatoes. I'm actually making a batch of it just back there. Give that a whisk. I'm going to turn over my tofu here quickly. Nice color on there. That can go off. Finish on the other side. I've got my pork belly in a torch. Just going to add some color, a little bit of caramelization to add flavor to the top of it. So this pork belly's been cured for 2 days and then slow roasted for about 6 hours. And finally it gets finished off with miso and maple syrup glaze over the top of it. It's really, really tasty. That. I want to make sure I get all the water out of my noodles so we don't dilute the flavor of the broth. That's going into the bowl. Let's go in that bowl. Gyozas are ready. Just gonna put proteins over here. Pork belly. These gyozas, we're just finishing them off with a little bit of sesame oil. Flip up on the plate. That. And then this is a traditional gyoza sauce. It's just rice vinegar and soy sauce. Make sure the noodles are well coated with the broth. And there as well. Then we're gonna add our tofu in. This is our green onions that we're gonna mix up with some Korean chili flakes. Give them just a touch of spice. And the Korean chili flakes got a nice fruitiness to them as well. These are our pickled shiitake mushrooms we make in-house. And then we have dried tomatoes. Tomato powder. We're going to put our spicy green onions on top. So we call this an spicy negi, and negi in Japanese is green onion. So basically the name of the dish is spicy green onions. It was actually inspired by a bowl that I ate at Mickey's friend's ramen shop in Tokyo, Sendai? No, where was it? Iwate, sorry, it was in Iwate. Her friends has a restaurant there and we went by and they make a similar sort of bowl, so took inspiration from that. Okay, so this is our braised pork belly. Sorry, our roasted pork belly. Then we have smoky kikurage. Kikurage is wood ear mushrooms. And this one gets finished up with some more green onions. Would either of you like an egg? One of our marinated eggs with your bowl?
Sure.
Yeah? So these are our, soft-boiled marinated eggs. So they're marinated overnight with ginger, garlic, soy sauce, and some vinegar. There we go.
This is so intense. I feel the flavor is it's abundant. Oh, hi, Nikki. It looks so good.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, so can you just tell me the name again? What's the...
Yes. So this is spicy negi tofu vegan.
Yes.
And this is Big City Smoke. And this is our pork gyoza.
Okay, great. So this is very vegetarian friendly.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. very
Okay,
nice.
and yeah, it looks so good. So I'm ready to try.
Right. Do you know what we say in Japanese before we eat?
Yes.
So we say itadakimasu.
Okay, I'll try.
Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu.
Yes, great.
And I also know the other one is like yushi, right? Is it? Means
Yushi.
very good.
Yoshi.
Yoshi. Yoshi.
Yoshi. yeah.
Yoshi. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
It's so flavorful, savory. Yeah, it's a. I've been eating a lot of noodle as well, but this is different. This is so intense. I feel the flavor is it's abundant. You know what I mean? I feel there's a lot of. I can feel the chef put a lot of energy.
Do you feel like a depth of the flavor?
Yeah. So it must take a lot of energy and spirit to make such good noodle.
Yeah, we really take food very seriously. Try to be fun. Right? Yes.
Yeah. That's why I think the shop called Crafty. I think you treat it like a craft, right?
Yes. So craft means creativity, and we care like a uniqueness. Like in Japanese, the craft part means kodawari. So we wanted to bring that into our name, as well as the name itself just tells what it is. So that's we decided to choose the crafty, and we were thinking about either should we go with the C or letter K, but the C kind of fits us better because the C has a more kind of a soft, round, and a little bit firm kind of those image.
Great. So Nikki, can you tell
Yes.
me what's inside?
Yeah, so this is my family recipe pork gyoza. The ground pork, miso, ginger, garlic, and the salt, and a bit of pepper, and chives.
Oh, okay.
Garlic chives, yes. And a bit of chili, sesame chili, sesame oil, yes.
Delicious.
Thank you.
And it's very handy, right? For people who is busy and on the go, I think it's really good finger food.
Yes, yes, yes. So like I used to make it like in my family, we used to have a gyoza night. So everybody had to make it to get to eat. So I was making since I was really little, like a 6-year-old or something. Then so that was kind of my family kind of a dinner.
Traditional,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, in China we have the same. Dumpling means family get together. So you mentioned that you make those dumpling all by your hand, right? So
yes.
the process of making dumpling as a family is just so homey, so
Yes.
warm,
Yes.
and everybody get together to taste dumpling. It's even better. So in our Asian culture, it's like it's very important family tradition, especially in the holidays, right?
Yes, yes, indeed. So we have like a gyoza meal kit, and now that we hear like a feedback from our customers that they made a gyoza like with their family, like a little children, and it's very nice to hear those because it's kind of sharing my own experience with like a lot of the people in Ontario. It's a nice kind of just
It's also very crispy, right? The outside is crispy.
Yes.
And the inside is tender. So it's a very good combination.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like some places do deep fry, but we usually pan fry and make the outside crispy.
This is more healthier.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
More deep fried. Yes.
Yeah.
I like it this way better. I guess I'm just so used to.
Great. Yeah. It takes a lot of work and effort, and you've done a good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So how people find you? Like if they want more
Probably
more of your
easiest to just,
information?
craftyramen.com. And then we're on Instagram at crafty_ramen, and same with on Facebook. Crafty_ramen.
Okay.
We've got a pretty good social media presence, so it shouldn't be hard to find.
Okay, thank you for being with us today.
Life
Life tastes good. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.